I wake before the light returns. Not because I'm ready, because the street is already awake. The first sound is wheels in mud, slow, heavy. Then the smell reaches the cracks in the shutters. Sour cloth, wet wood, something sweet that shouldn't be sweet at all. I pull my hood up and step out like I'm not curious, like I'm not afraid. The cart comes through the lane with a sheet thrown over its load. The sheet isn't clean. Nothing is clean anymore. A fly finds the edge and disappears beneath it. Another follows. People watch from doorways. No one speaks. Not because we have nothing to say, because words feel like they can invite it back. I keep my mouth shut. I keep my breath shallow. Don't stare. I tell myself it's only a cart, only cloth, only a morning like any other. But my body doesn't believe me. Outside the wall, they work faster. There is more space here, more air, and fewer eyes. The pit is already open when I arrive, wide, dark, waiting. They don't lower the bodies one by one. They slide them, wrapped, anonymous. No prayers, no names, just hands doing what hands are told to do. White powder falls like dry snow. It sticks to cloth, to boots, to the edges of the day. They say it keeps the sickness down. They say it cleans. I don't know if that's true. I stand back, not out of respect, out of habit. If you stand too close, people remember you were there. A shovel hits the earth. Once. Again. The sound doesn't change. Someone coughs behind me. I don't turn around. From here, the city looks smaller, quieter, as if this place is doing its work for it. They will fill the pit, level the ground, and walk back inside the walls. Tomorrow, someone else will dig. The room is smaller at night. In daylight, it's just a place to sit, to eat, to wait. But when the door closes, the walls move closer. The air stays. I sleep on straw. It shifts when I breathe. It scratches my neck. It remembers everyone who slept here before me. I keep my boots close, not for warmth, for the sound. If someone moves outside, I want to hear it. The cold comes up from the ground. It finds the spaces my clothes don't cover. I listen to my chest, not to rest, to count. Each breath feels like it might be the one that changes something. I don't cough. I don't scratch. I don't move. Sleep comes in pieces, thin, uneven. Morning will come whether I sleep or not. Morning doesn't arrive. It takes you. I open my eyes and the room is still there. Smaller than it was yesterday. Heavier. My body comes back in pieces, cold in the joints, stiff in the hands. Awake where I don't want it to be. I sit up slowly, not because I'm careful, because I'm checking what still answers. Something moves in the cloth near my ribs. I don't look at first. I already know what it is. A small pinch. Then another. I pull the fabric away and find it, dark and quick, lost in the wool. I catch it between my fingers. It makes a sound so small, it's almost nothing. There will be more. There always are. Water is not for feeling clean. It's for looking less sick. I pour a little into my hands, rub my face, my neck, anywhere the night stayed too long. The cold wakes parts of me the sleep didn't reach. I eat because the body expects it. A piece of bread, hard, dry. It pushes back when I bite. I chew slowly, not to taste it, to make it last. Then I go to the latrine. The smell arrives before the place does. Wet wood under my boots, a plank worn smooth by too many feet, the ground below dark and moving. You keep your balance, you keep your breath, you don't look down for too long. Flies rise and settle again. They never leave. When it's done, there's nothing to clean yourself with that doesn't make it worse. I wipe my hands on the cloth. It was already dirty. Outside, the air feels sharper, not cleaner, just colder. People move past me as if none of this matters. I follow the road toward the wall. Stone grows larger. The noise changes. By the time I arrive, my body no longer belongs to the morning. It belongs to the work. The wall is closer now, and the noise is real. But work isn't waiting for me, not the way the stones are. Men gather where the foreman can see them, hands already out, shoulders already offered. You don't ask for work here. You stand in the right place. You look like you can lift. You look like you won't fall. Some mornings the foreman points at you. Some mornings he doesn't. And when he doesn't, you still walk home with the same hunger. Only now, it has the whole day to grow. I count what I have left in my body. Not strength, time. A man beside me coughs into his sleeve. No one steps away. No one wants to be the one who looks afraid. The foreman walks down the line, eyes like a knife. He doesn't see men. He sees backs. He sees hands. He sees speed. He stops, points. Not at me at first, then me. I don't nod. I don't thank him. I just move. Work begins before the sun looks ready for it. The first lift is always the worst. Your hands don't want to close. Your back doesn't want to remember. Stone scrapes. Wood groans. Rope burns. The same noises, again and again, until your thoughts match them. And the wall always asks for more. Midday is not a rest. It's a pause, where your body checks if it can continue. They call it a break, but no one lies down. If you lie down, the cold climbs in. We sit where the wall throws a thin strip of shade, mud under us, stone behind us. No softness anywhere. Hands shake when they stop moving, not from fear, from blood coming back too slowly. Someone passes a crust of bread. It's already hard when it reaches me. I bite. The taste is not food. It's time. A sip from a shared cup. Water or thin ale, it doesn't matter. It only has to be wet. We don't talk about the dead at midday. Not out loud. Not here. The wall can hear. A man shows his palm. Rope burn. Skin split open. He laughs once, like it's someone else's hand. Another man scratches his neck until it goes red. Fleas don't stop at morning. I look at my own fingers. Black under the nails. Stone dust in the cracks. I rub them on my trousers. It changes nothing. Then someone stands. One by one, we follow. The break ends the way it began, without permission. and the wall is still waiting. Afternoon doesn't feel like time. It feels like weight. The break is gone now. So is the part of you that could pretend it helped. Hands move on their own. Lift, pull, set down, again. The wall keeps growing, and still it looks unfinished, as if it knows you're the one getting smaller. The mud thickens as the day warms. Not softer, just deeper. A rope jerks. Someone shouts. A stone shifts in the wrong direction. For a moment, everyone remembers they can die. I step back too late. My boot slides. Not far, just enough. My hand snaps out and catches the beam. Wet wood, rough rope, splinters that bite. The stone drops. Not on me. Not today. It hits the mud with a sound that feels heavier than it should. No one says anything after. No prayer, no anger, just breathing. Then the foreman's voice cuts through it. Not a question, not a warning. A reminder that time costs money, and mistakes cost blood. He doesn't touch anyone. He doesn't have to. We move again. And the wall takes the afternoon the same way it took the morning. Evening comes without color. The work stops the way it started, suddenly, and not because anyone feels finished. Tools drop into mud, rope goes slack, and for a moment, the silence feels wrong. We gather again near the wall, not for stone, for coin. A man counts without looking up, one hand open, one hand closing. When it's my turn, he presses the payment into my palm. It isn't much, small weight, cold metal. But it's enough to make me afraid. I don't hold it long. I hide it. Deep in cloth, under a fold, where fingers won't find it by accident. The others do the same. No one smiles. No one counts twice. Money doesn't feel like comfort. It feels like bait. I leave the wall and the noise behind, but my body keeps carrying it. Each step away feels lighter, until I remember what waits outside the work. The road is longer now, not because the city moved, but because I did. People pass too close, too quiet, too fast. I watch hands. I watch corners. I watch where shadows collect. A cough snaps through the street behind me. I don't turn. Not at first. If you turn too quickly, you look like prey. Someone drags a cart somewhere in the fog. Wood on stone. Slow. Heavy. The smell of smoke hangs low, mixed with rot and wet straw. I feel hunger again. Not sudden, just returning, like it never left. My bladder aches from holding it too long. I step into the shadow of a wall, between broken boards and stacked waste, and turn my back to the street. No privacy, just a moment where no one is looking. When it's done, I pull my clothes back into place and wipe my hand on the same dirty cloth. The cold air bites harder after. I walk again. Near a doorway, someone whispers a word like it's poison. Sickness. Not the kind you treat, the kind you wait for. A mark on a door, a closed window, a woman crossing herself too fast. I keep moving. If the city wants you gone, it doesn't have to touch you. It just stops seeing you. By the time I reach my room, the coin is still hidden, and my hands are still dirty. And the day is not over. It's only quieter. My room is still here. The door closes behind me, and the noise of the street becomes a memory. Not peace, just distance. The air inside is thick. Damp wood, old straw, cloth that never dries. I stand there for a moment, because sitting down feels like surrender. My hands are still dirty. I rub them again on my clothes until the fabric takes the rest of the day from my skin. The coin is still hidden. I pull it out slowly, as if the room might steal it. It's smaller than it felt outside. It always is. I could spend it. One bowl of thin stew, something warm. But warmth costs tomorrow. I count the coin once, not because I need to know how much I have, because counting is the only kind of control a man like me is allowed to feel. In the end, I eat anyway. A small piece of bread, hard again, like the morning never ended. I chew slow, not to taste it, to convince the body it was given something. Outside, someone laughs, too loud, too alive. Then a cough answers it. The walls don't block sound, they only block light. I sit on the straw and let my back rest against wood. My shoulders burn where the rope pulled. My fingers ache where the stone demanded. I pull the thin blanket over my legs. It doesn't make me warm. It only tells the body to stop asking. In the dark, the day replays itself anyway. The wall, the line, the coin, the street, and the sickness behind doors that never open. Sleep doesn't come like mercy. It comes like a hand over your mouth. Quiet, heavy, final. Until morning takes you again. The room is quiet. Not peaceful, just emptied. In the dark, my breath is the only thing that proves I'm still here. The straw shifts when I move. Not because I want to, because the body turns on its own. Somewhere outside, wood creaks. A cart rolls. A voice cuts the air and disappears. The night pulls back slowly. A thin line of cold light returns to the room, like a blade finding its way in. My eyes open. For a moment, I don't remember who I am. Then the weight comes back. Cold in the joints, dry mouth, the taste of yesterday still stuck in my teeth. Morning doesn't arrive. It takes you. And it takes me again.